Mick fixes junk. It's for the games.
All right, welcome back to Mick Fixes Junk. I have more junk. I got. Oh boy, that's been okay. I have 3 more spare MOSFETs, so I bought 2 more broken SoundTouch 300s. So, yeah, I guess that's what we're doing today. So, I am going to do diagnosis on this one, or on one or both of them, right now. So, yeah, let's get into it. Okay, I need to find my blades. All right, let's just use the regular blade here. And let's see what condition these are on. I bought these from the same seller as I bought one of the other sets I had. Okay. All right, let's see if they're reasonably packed. Let's see the condition there. Oh, maybe there's not 2 in here. Kind of all seems to be packed at the bottom. Whoops. Yeah, there's only 1. That's interesting. Huh. There's only 1. I ordered 2. So, well, I'm glad I recorded this now because I might have to show this to the seller. Because I think they only sent me 1. All right, well, let's have a look and see what condition this broken one is in. He said he has 13 of these, so I'm hoping what he does is he picks the best of the bunch and sends it to me. It's got the same home audio sticker as the last one. So I don't know, it's like something that's been brought into Goodwill. A little bit of white in the back here. Let's have a look. Glass in the top, a little scratch, but nothing crazy. Front is perfect. Okay. And has it been taken apart? And how I kind of like gauge that is these bits here. How I gauge that is the screws, do they just look like they've been tampered with? I don't know, there's a scratch in the bottom, but in general, this looks pretty good. Let's give it a wipe. Just, oh, I see, yeah, there is some residue there that I can tell now that I've tried to, clean it. Yeah, there's a little bit of residue, but overall, I would say it's in pretty good condition. So we might be able to do yeah, there's some dirt coming off there. Yeah, so always good to give these secondhand things a bit of a once over. But the front is what I'm really impressed by, because the front of these things, the grill, if it's moved around a lot, they do get scratched on the 300s. I don't own a 700, but I would guess just pretty much any of these types of soundbars are at risk for that. There's a little bit of white here, so that indicates maybe it got that from contact with something. But yeah, this looks to have, there's a lot of dust on it, so I'm thinking that this has been sitting in one place for a long time. It broke, and then it was sent in to somebody for repair. And they didn't send it to Bose for some reason, because Bose can fix these. And then it ended up in this guy, and he's got 13 of them. So however he managed to get 13 of them, I don't know. But I like fixing these, and so now I have, this is number 4. So now, yeah, This is pretty... Oh, wow. Yeah, the glass on the top of this is just pristine. Piano black, there's not a scratch on it. Cool. All right, so I actually contacted the guy. I was like, I'll buy the other 10 you've got left if they're all look like this. But let's see how that works out. Also a lot to fix 10 sound bars. Be a fun start to the channel, though. Okay. All right. Step one. All right, we're doing it again. Where is my drill? All right. I got my Bosch this time. I like this one. Okay, so as always, open the pocket here. We're going to put our longs in here and our our longs in these two and our shorts right here. All right, and the shorts, if I remember correctly, it's always these three or these three on each side. You can't see over there because, well, field of view, but that's the way it works. All right, so let's bring this over here so we can get a little better of a view. I guess, yeah, you're almost seeing the whole thing there. Okay, let's kick this. I contacted him about that though, because I should have two. I ordered two, so I don't know what happened. Okay, well, that was a mistake. Wrong bit. All right, so I just got the right bit here. So this, you want a nice chunky bit. Get these out properly. All right, get these bits out of the way. Okay, long. Okay, I think the shorts should be. I just want to test where the shorts are. Yeah, the shorts are the side the opposite side to the HDMI port. So we'll take out some shorts. Long, short. So it's important to remember where those longs and shorts go. Probably also a telltale sign that if the shorts are in the wrong place, it's definitely been taken apart. This one, I'm not sure if it's been taken apart. It doesn't seem to have been. Okay. All right. This not having been taken apart. No way. You hear the squeaking as I'm pulling them out there. I don't think these has been touched. So, that could be good. If nobody's touched it, it's probably better. Doesn't mean that it's going to be the same issue as the other ones, but... Oh, hang on, is that a short? No, of course it's not. No, it's long. Shorts are over here. Okay. The other shorts, short. All right, I'm pretty uninitiated. If you haven't watched any of my other SoundTouch Air videos, the shorts go back where the shorts go, and then you start from when you're putting stuff back in, you start from this triangle here, and then you work your way out, and you work your way out when you're putting them back on. So I don't know if I'll show reassembly again here on this one, but that's how you do it. Whoop, a little bit of a bonk there. All right, so now we got a gasket. The gasket is going to be a little bit tacky, right? But even if it's a little bit tough to pull this, it's just because of the tackiness of the gasket. Sometimes the gasket will peel. It will leave some on one or other side of the surface that I'm pulling off here. But in general, I feel like the gasket does stay intact. You see there, that middle part, it's really not pulling up, and it should be. But the gasket usually is intact. And I don't tend to use any, there we go, prying tools or anything. I just pull on it, and that seems to work for me. But it sometimes will leave some gasket on on the soundbar side as opposed to this thing. So prying, yeah, there we go. That's worked out well, actually. That's worked out well. Okay, all right. Okay, we've got it taken apart. We'll get out the microscope. We'll take a look at what's in there. How did this go, actually? It looks like all the gasket stayed on the... Yeah, it did. That was pretty good. That's good. That's the first time that's actually happened for me. So I got a clean gasket pull. There's no gasket on this side of the panel. So we won't need this for a while. So we'll need this over here. Brown paper. Now that eBay seller and tell them that I only got one in the post. All right. I'm getting faster at this. Okay, so we're going to diagnose this. Well, let me stop for a second and we'll figure out what we're doing. All right, we're back. I'm just going to do an inspection of this board. I've done, whoops, why is this stuck? I've done a quick inspection just using my old magnifying glass. Didn't see anything really interesting, to be honest. I'm going to slide through, this the main parts of the board. All right, so here we're at our, let's see, yeah, it's our HDMI area. Nothing weird, no water damage. I don't see any blown components. Let's have a look at typical culprits. So here's a U501 MOSFET for powering logic or speakers. Doesn't look blown, but none of them do, to be honest. When you look at them. Now let's go down here, look at U1401. U1401, we'll be testing this for its pH pin, being connected to ground and shorting out. Things look okay there. Under random areas of the board, this is behind some of the Wi-Fi receiver and things like that. But mainly, the first thing we need to look at really here is U1401. I would say, well, let's look at U1501 first, because either of these can blow. Okay, and we'll just bring in a little bit more light here. Right at the edge of the desk at this point. But that is U1501. Okay, one moment, I'll just get an extension lead so I can plug this in. Okay, so I have the sorriest looking power cable to test this out, but it is what it is. You look at it's so short. That's where I got it. I'm going to use that to plug in this unit. And of course, what we're trying to do is figure out if these two commonly blown MOSFETs are blown, just like in the other video. So this will just be diag. I'm not going to, I have my hot air gun again, so I'll go at it once we figure out what's going on. But for now, this is just diag. Yeah, we'll just see if this exhibits the same behaviors as the other ones. Because, like I said, quick thing on the Bose soundbars, they're amazing. This is such a great soundbar. Sound is fantastic, especially when you can pair it up with all this other, like, you can pair it with a subwoofer, you can pair it with like wireless virtual speakers. They have this MOSFET failure mode, but that's fine because these parts are easily repairable. So this thing is incredibly well made, and has just this common failure mode on the MOSFETs, but you can easily get them. So they are very repairable. All right, what am I doing? Oh yeah, let's switch it on. All right. Okay, nothing. When I say nothing, I'm looking at the lights over here. So there's LEDs right here. No lights. I actually prefer that because if I have to go fix the speakers in this or for something else wrong with it, it's a lot more work. So this thing has power, more than likely coming now. Now we could test the male power rail. Sorry, I'm just getting my meter here. We could test the main power rail coming in. It needs to be 23 volts. 24, 24 volts is between 23 and 24. But very easy for us to just test that main power rail at the MOSFET. Okay. All right. So pin configuration. So the pin that's that has the number 1 beside it there, that is the boot pin. So this is the boot pin is the pin to the left of the number 1. Let me just get a little bit more tuned in there. That's the boot pin, which would mean that V in, PH, and ground are on that side. And then the RT pin is opposite boot, but you can also know that it's opposite boot because it has a timing resistor connected to it at the bottom left. Okay, so so that's it, and it's pretty easy then to test for the voltages based on what I just said. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and yeah, measure some voltages. So so coming in on the boot pin, right, that would be this one right here. That's not what we're interested in. We're really interested in V in. 23.3 volts. Okay, so main power rail is feeding the MOSFET. And then the next thing you need to check is what are you getting in the output of the MOSFET? This is an IC, there's an internal MOSFET inside it, and it outputs on the PH pin, and it should be outputting either 3 point something volts or 5 point something volts, depending on whether it's 1501 or U401. You look there, and it's 3.6. All right, so U501 is the 3.6 volt PH. So this MOSFET's fine. This is good. As it has been in all the SoundTouch 300s that I've fixed. But apparently that one is also prone to failure too. So let's just look now at U1401, right, which is the one that I've replaced several times. Okay, so we'll just, whoops. Sorry. All right, so now we'll go and we'll move the microscope over to U1401. And, you know, with any luck, there'll be some problems with that MOSFET. And then we can go to work on it. Okay. All right, so U1401. Hopefully we're getting power railed, you know, 23 volts to there. So it's got the same orientation, exactly the same. So that one will be the boot pin, right? If you're looking at the bottom right, you can see the Firefox, see the orientation. If I were to rotate this, it will be correct, but I think you get what I'm doing. This is the boot pin, so this should be V in. 23.3, same power rail, looks good. There we go again, 0.95. It's this MOSFET. This MOSFET is the same thing every time. You know, I mean, I hate to be just predicting what's going to happen here, but based on the other three I've fixed, if I replace U1401, this thing's going to come back to life. So zero, exactly the same, 0 point, you know, basically no voltage on that. Let's just double check that it's the same issue as the other ones that I fixed. We will put it into, now we're gonna switch it off. I'm gonna switch it off over here. I don't need the power anymore because I know that there's a problem with that MOSFET. Now I'm just going to do a continuity check to see if it's the issue with the MOSFET is that pH is grounded, is shorted to ground. So to do that, I need to just put it into. All right, so I'm going to go and I'm going to touch this into the ground here. I'm going to check, you know, is boot grounded? No. Is V in grounded? No. Is ground grounded? Yes. Is pH grounded? Yes. Because it's shorted, just like all the other ones. So, yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. So, yeah, this is going to be just another MOSFET refit. on U1401. So we will hot air this sucker and get it off the board, which you know is it should be straightforward. We've got a hot air gun. Again, I will mention, you see down here in the bottom right, there is a thermal, what they're calling a power pad here. That power pad is underneath the chip. It's a large metal surface, well, large relative to the chip, and it is also soldered to the board. So just like taking these pins off does nothing. This thing is welded to the board here with this silver thermal pad that you can't see. It's underneath it. I have a new MOSFET and I could show you it, but that's what's going on there. So what that means is that, like, when you go to sort of come at this and take off this MOSFET, you need a lot of heat, like, because it really soaks. The board takes it, the power pad takes it, and this thing won't come off until all that solder melts. And so, you know, hot air would be ideal. One of my videos, I did it with a tweezer soldering iron, but I had to really up the heat there. That said, replaced it, worked, all good. I think with the hot air, you would be less likely to remove pads, though. I did remove one pad with that tweezer. So, all right, can't believe it. It's the same again. This is great, though. This is great. I think this is like whatever 8-year-old. 2016, God, 8-year-old soundbar, still amazingly well put together, amazing technology. Simple MOSFET failure, you know, $2 part that you can buy anywhere. And, you know, look at the bit of electronics in this thing. You know, it also has a lot of sound pressure in here, you know, so for it to fail, pretty much every soundbar I bought off Amazon that's not a Bose has failed as well. So I think that something this sophisticated, I'm just glad it's repairable. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to fix it again. I got next video you'll see is the hot air gun probably.